The lifestyle in East Austin. I'm going to tell you what it's like. I'm going to give you the good and the bad, the pros and the cons. Is it hot or not? Hi, I'm Nicole Cooper. My team and I get calls and emails from people just like you needing help moving in and around Austin, Texas, and we sure do love it. So whether you're looking to move today, tomorrow, or somewhere in between, give us a call, shoot us a text, or send us an email. Now let's talk about East Austin. Overall, what's it like? It's pretty eclectic. Modern meets old school. We've got little bungalows, big mansions. We have entertainment commercial areas right next to the residential district. I mean, it's just a hodgepodge of everything. It's got a zippy vibe. Everybody's on the move. There's lots of outdoor activities too, and you're right next to downtown. So let me tell you what I think the best things and the worst things are, starting with our first pro, and that is the price of real estate. So on the east side of I-35, that's our boundary between east and west, so the home prices on the east side are just under $800,000. Now that does seem still like a lot of money. It is over our median sale price, which is closer to $600,000, but that's because of its proximity to town. If we take that same section of town and hop over the other side of the interstate, I mean, I measured this part by map and this part by map, one on the east, one on the west. The one on the west was $1,500,000. So almost double what you could get on the east side. Now the one thing that's different, another thing that's different about the east and the west is the homes run a little bit smaller. You're gonna have quite a few more of the old bungalows still in East Austin, whereas on the west side of Austin, most of them have already been remodeled or torn down and built into a bigger home. So on the east side, you're gonna have homes around more like 15 to 1,600 on average. And on the other side of the interstate, on the west side, they're gonna be closer to like 2,500 square feet on, any typical house. But if you're looking to get the most value for your money and stay right down in the thick of things, be able to walk to some entertainment, walk to Lady Bird Lake, or just go out your door and have a restaurant kind of at any corner, kind of equal bearings, East Austin is going to be your best value. The second pro for living in East Austin is its cool, artsy vibe. There are plenty of art galleries, and there's even the Texas Music Museum, that's a tongue twister. Texas Music Museum on the east side. So on the east, we have Canopy, we have Gray Duck, we have Coro Coro, and we have Yard Dog Gallery. These are just a few of the many artsy places on the east side. And speaking of that Canopy, it's a large kind of conglomerate where a lot of artists rent out spaces in the one location. So during the East Austin Art Tour, which is a 2-week event where you can ride your bike or drive your car or whatever all over East Austin and stop in individual galleries, houses, this Canopy, things like that. Well, the Canopy is enormous. So they have all of their shops open and they're door to door to door to door. They have outdoor venues, they have, trailer or tents and things like that. So it's just a really cool, large place where all the artists kind of congregate together and kind of have a big synergistic flow off each other. In addition to the actual art galleries, there are murals all over the walls throughout East Austin. If you've heard of Franklin's Barbecue over on kind of East 11th Street, that area, that's where the Texas Music Museum is. And down that street, there's art on the street, there's art on the murals on the walls right near the museum. And there's many other hotspots all over East Austin that have beautiful painted murals reflecting the cultural diversity of the area. Pretty cool. The third pro of living in East Austin is the entertainment. This might be my favorite, actually. You have multiple entertainment districts on the east side. Starting at the southern portion, you have the East Cesar Chavez, restaurant, bars, all up and down that. Coming a little bit further north, you have the 6th and 7th Street Entertainment District. And East 6 is just a continuation of what used to be the main 6th Street entertainment area. And so you'll have live music venues, restaurants, bars, dance clubs, the works all up and down that area. And breweries, don't forget about that. Coming a little bit further north where Franklin's Barbecue is, you have a little entertainment area there on 11th Street. You have Paperboy, you have Nickel City, things like that. Then if you go a little bit further north than there, you hit the MLK and Maynard Road area where you've got Sour Duck, you've got Haymaker, you have other racket pickleball. I mean, just lots of things on the east side. And then let's not forget that northern portion of the east side up at Mueller. It's a completely self-contained community. You wouldn't even have to leave. It has everything there, from something for the kids like at the Thinkery where it has all the like learning examples and play toys and things in the Thinkery, to an Irish pub, which, you know, might be more my speed of learning tools, but the Mueller in and of itself has entertainment all around. It also has the Alamo Draft House there, lots of eateries, and a hiking trail throughout. And we can't go without mentioning all the live music venues on the east side. And if I miss one, let me know in the comments. I read them all myself and I'll check it and add it for next time. So we have the White Horse, a little small honky-tonk bar. We have Hotel Vegas, has about 3 or 4 stages in there. We have Scoot Inn. We have the Skylark Lounge over on Airport. Diviest bar ever, but the best blues and jazz in town. Then we have the Sahara Lounge. And I think that does it for all the live music venues on the east side. However, know that many other places have live music on and off times. Those are just set up for live music every day of the week. The fourth pro for living in East Austin is there's good soil. You can make a killer garden, or should I say you can grow a killer garden on the east side. Austin is very well known for wanting to live and eat organically, and so we have a lot of farmers markets in town. Austin is serious about growing and buying organic, and we have 4 major farms that sell in town, and they're all in East Austin because the dirt is so good. It's a mix of clay and kind of that river basin mud, and it just really grows a good tomato. The 5th pro about living in East Austin is it is all completely different. Remember when I said eclectic at the beginning? I mean, there is no cookie cutter feel in East Austin. There are very few communities with more than just a few homes of the same builder. So you might have a 1930s bungalow right next to a modern new construction with an angled roof line, you know, that modern look. And then next to that, you'll have a duplex. So it is very, very different and unique, in each little street and each little pocket has its own cool vibe. Number 6, the trails and lake access. There's tons of outdoor activities. We've got Lady Bird Lake on the south with Festival Gardens, big place. They actually have festivals. In addition, there's a park and pool and things like that. Then there's that trail that goes all the way around Lady Bird Lake that's 10 miles. You have the Walnut Trail, you have Boggy Creek Park, you have the Mueller Park, and then you have the University of Texas tennis, baseball, and softball that, you know, granted that's not exercise, but it is fun to go and watch. So it's a great outdoor activity right in the middle of the east side. It's right at MLK and Maynard, right by I-35. They're all together, the baseball, softball, and tennis for the men's and women's UT. Okay, so that was the sunshine and puppies portion. What's not so great about the east side? Well, first of all, the schools aren't that highly rated. So I use texasschools.gov to kind of measure everything, and as it compares to the rest of Austin, they're quite low on the east side. So some of it feeds into McCallum, which gets an A. They get a 93 out of 100. And some of it feeds into Austin High, which gets a 90 out of 100. But most of the east side feeds into Eastern feeding schools, and they don't get quite as good of a grade. In fact, one East Side Early College gets a 79 out of 100, and Northeast Early College gets a 76 out of 100. However, we do have LASA on the east side, and that one gets a 99 out of 100. So it depends what pocket you live in as to how good of a grades that your school get, but just keep that in mind if you have children that are going to be entering into school or if they're already in school. Number 2 con for living on the east side. Now remember, this is talking about the soil again, and remember I said that it was great to grow vegetables? Well, it's actually terrible for houses. So if you're moving to the east side, you really need to know about the foundations. Or you don't have to know, but your real estate agent needs to know. So all that clay in the soil that I was mentioning before, it expands and contracts a lot. So and in Texas, we either have one extreme or the other with too much rain or too little rain. So when we have those times with too much rain, the soils really expand. And then we go a long time with no rain and the soils contract. And that wreaks havoc on foundations. The last 3 homes that I've purchased on the east side, 2 of them have had significant foundation work. I'm just waiting for the 3rd to have it. So if you move to the east side, it's not if you'll have foundation issues, it's when. So just keep that in mind. It's no reason not to buy, but you need to make sure that you've done the correct due diligence on the front end to protect yourself for those big ticket items down the road. And the last con is there's no golf community. Yes, there's a public golf course at Morris Williams, but there's no country club in this part of town, and they're all, for the most part, quite a long drive away. So if being a member of a golf country club is important to you and being right near it, then the east side probably is not a good choice for you. So that's a wrap. What do you think about East Dawson? Do you want to know more? Comment below. I'll answer them, I promise. Hey, if you want to see something in person, you want more information about one section or another, give us a call, shoot us a text, or send us an email. Why? Because we're always here to help you find the perfect home that matches your lifestyle. Until next time, be kind to yourself and others, and I can't wait to see you.